Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, little Madonna MadameXTour update. She finished her New York leg of the show at BAM in Brooklyn on Saturday the 12th. It was kind of highlighted by Taylor Swift showing up with a bunch of her friends, including some important gay person whose name I didn't recognise that I should know. Oops. It was, of course, the last show. Apparently it went really well. She got a good review from Taylor Swift saying that her people gave it everything and Madonna gave her all and it was exceptional. So that's good because we all know Taylor Swift is the it girl and all the young kiddies are paying attention to everything she does. So her going to a Madonna concert is good for the tour. And she's had a few days off, and now tonight in the US, she performed the first Chicago show, 16th of October, and apparently everything went well, no issues. Wow, there's a little bit of an issue, which is funny. I'm going to read an article which I saw just recently because I think it's kind of funny. But before that, Lourdes turned 23, and for her birthday, Madonna actually put up about 53 seconds of the video that she plays during Frozen, where we actually get to see Lourdes doing some dance, and it's quite beautiful. I've seen other sections of it. Madonna's posted a couple of bits, and other people have, taken videos they weren't supposed to and put them up. And I've had a look at those, and it is quite beautiful. It's basically Madonna sitting just on the stage by herself down the bottom, and Lourdes is filling the whole stage screen, and Madonna is just sort of in this little section. It's black and white. It's quite beautiful. I'm glad we saw some quality video of it, but I'd like to see more of it, like perhaps the whole thing. If she can't show us the actual show, she can at least show us some of the stage projections and things filmed for the show. I don't like the exclusivity of this new show, and it does seem to be a bit of an elitist thing, whereas if you can afford to go, you can see, but otherwise you don't get to. So that's why I'm a bit salty about it, because I do get a sense of I'm not allowed to see this show. If I can't afford to go, you don't get to see it. So I don't really think it's about protecting her artistic creativity or her image. I think it's a little bit exclusive and a little bit elitist. But here's the article that I thought was funny. The Chicago Tribune has put out an article saying Madonna is in Chicago this week with a show that doesn't start until 10:30 and runs for more than 2 hours, and the fans aren't happy. I thought this was going to be just a little update, nothing negative. I thought Madonna hasn't done anything bad, but apparently she's keeping people up. I think this is a little bit of a stretch. Madame X doesn't care about your bedtime. Madame X also wants parents to attend the show with her children. How else to explain the 10:30 p.m. start time for Madonna's Chicago shows, a time that is raising some eyebrows now that the tour's arrival here is a reality. When the Madame X tour kicked off in New York, the concert started at 10:30 p.m., something that has continued throughout the tour. As the New York Post review of the singer's first night noted, you will wait until Madonna is ready. There's a little bit of attitude there. Some people don't appreciate it. Yeah. The 7-show residency at the Chicago Theatre, which until Wednesday, October 28th, lists the same time of 10:30 p.m. start time for all dates. The tour website has a note to fans basically stating the doors open 7:30, but the show won't start till 10:30. I'm not reading this verbatim anymore, it's going to take too long. However, due to anticipated admission processing, blah, blah, so they're telling you to come early, but letting you know the show's not going to start till 10:30, because a lot of the times the problem was they would print the sort of start time or the door opening time, and they made it sound like Madonna was going to show earlier, and she didn't, and then she got criticised for showing up later than she actually was. She might have been an hour late, but they were acting like she was 2-3 hours late, so it was a bit harsh. There was some confusion among ticket holders because the Ticketmaster confirmation email, which listed the time for 8:30 p.m, but that isn't specific to the show time. So fans who are under 17 years of age, because of curfew laws, Sunday to Thursday 10 p.m, 11 p.m. on weekends, will only be able to attend Madonna shows with a parent or guardian who is 18 or under. Oh, there actually is a drama here. And nobody will be able to capture anything. Well, we all know that, but there's the photo ban is like for every show, not just BAM in New York. It's everywhere. and nobody will be able to capture anything from the event, since in addition to the late night, you will have to put your mobile phone in a bag for the duration of the concert. If you need to make or receive a call, you and your phone bag, can do so in a designated area outside the performance space. One ticket holder, Susan Swarrington or something, notes in an email to the Tribune that several of the original purchasers in my group are now reconsidering attending, given their schedules and mornings following the event. Basically, they needed to plan for a late event, because Madonna, if you don't know Madonna runs late, you probably would buy tickets thinking that it would be 8:39 start, and you could go if your children, it wouldn't be an issue, or if you are under 18, that you could go and not have an issue if you weren't paying close attention, because not a lot of shows start that late. Madonna is late. It does inconvenience people. It is rude. It is inconsiderate. And in this sort of case with Chicago, where they actually have laws that prevent people under 18 from actually going out after 10 or 11 p.m., this is actually a problem, and she needs to take these sort of things into consideration. Now, I didn't know anything about it, but I'm not touring Chicago. I don't need to, but she should have known this, and had a warning at least on her website to say the show won't start till 10:30, so if you're under 18, you need to make sure you can be accompanied by an adult. I don't know if they have to go into the theatre with them, or do they have to just accompany them into the theatre, because if your parent has to go with you and you're getting a good seat, there's another $1,000 or so just for your parent to sit next to you so you can actually attend it, because apparently it's going to be too late when you may not have known when you're booking the ticket. Wow, this is actually complicated for some people, and something I didn't think of, but like I said, Madonna and management should be taking this sort of stuff into account. And her quote is, "Who starts a show at 10:30 p.m, especially on a weekday?" See, that was why I didn't go. Part of the reason why I didn't go to the 2 Brisbane shows of the Rebel Heart tour in Australia, because they were supposed to be on the weekend. It was supposed to be Melbourne one weekend, Sydney the next weekend, and Brisbane the final weekend and the end of the tour. So I was going to go because it was the end of the tour. Then they turned around and moved them in the middle of the week on a Wednesday and Thursday, I think, in between the weekend shows in Melbourne and Sydney, and they were no longer the final shows. And I hate Brisbane, and it was in the middle of the week. I thought, what the hell am I going to do on a Wednesday and Thursday night after the show? I just didn't do it. So I can see this being really inconvenient, because people have to go to work the next morning. They can't be up all night. And you may say, what a bunch of soft honks, because they're not going out late. But this is the reality for a lot of people, and this is your audience. A lot of your fans are older and have children, and maybe their kids want to go with them. But you have to take this into consideration. You don't have the teeny bopper audience anymore who's 18 and going out all night, and it doesn't matter. You actually have to take these things into account. Madonna's team, you're not listening to me, you don't know I exist, but you should know. The article ends off saying, "That is a good question. An email and telephone call to the singer's representatives has not been returned, but this report will be updated with the response if there is one." So that's a little article from the Chicago Tribune, which I thought was just going to be funny. I actually didn't realise there's an actual problem. They actually have a curfew for people under 18. So if you are under 18 and you bought tickets for the show, thinking it was going to start earlier, you now cannot attend unless you have an adult. And if that adult has to come into the show, how do you get a ticket for them? If they just have to get you to the show, then I guess that's a bit easier. But that still is difficult for some people. Their parents might be working, blah, blah, blah. So things like this, just like she announced the photo ban after people sold tickets. And, people bought tickets before they were told that the show was going to start at 10:30. This is inconsiderate. This is not good business. Her management needs to do better. She's obviously busy with 6 kids and creating her art, but her management needs to be on this stuff. If she can't be held accountable for everything, and she's not responsible for everything. Her team is letting her down. No names, but yeah, she not good enough, Madonna. But I thought this was going to be a positive review, just a little, this happened, but now there's a new drama, and it is actually something that I think is substantial and should be considered and should have been taken into account in the first place. So I'm going to leave that there. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to give me your opinion. Feel free also to subscribe and like, because I'm trying to build my little YouTube channel after my other one got deleted, and it's very hard when you can't use any video or photos because you get struck for them if you do, even though legally you're allowed to under fair use laws. But companies don't care about that. They'll strike you and then you have to take them to court. No YouTuber can afford to do that. So you're basically limited to talking to the camera. So that's the best I can do. So if you stayed this long just looking at my face, thank you very much. If not, oh well, bye.